Hello everyone, my name is Brittany Heckler. I'm an LPN to BSN student at Indiana State University. I am currently taking Nurse 444 Community Health Nursing for the spring 2022 semester. This is my second community health nursing project, and the title is Alzheimer's Disease, a Form of Dementia. Populations at risk. Listed below are the percentage of adults aged 65 and older with Alzheimer's disease by race and ethnicity. African Americans make up 14% of older adults living with Alzheimer's disease. Hispanics make up 12% of adults living with Alzheimer's disease. Non-Hispanic whites make up 10% of adults living with Alzheimer's disease. There are currently 14 million people living with Alzheimer's disease, and it is projected to nearly triple by 2060. Learning objectives. The learning objectives for this presentation are: the viewer will be able to define Alzheimer's disease. The viewer will be able to summarize the different types of dementia. The viewer will be able to distinguish between the different disruptions of pathways in the brain. The viewer will be able to recall signs and symptoms of Alzheimer's disease. The viewer will be able to recognize risk factors of Alzheimer's disease. And the viewer will be able to explain some facts about Alzheimer's disease. At this time, please take a moment to pause this presentation and take the pre-quiz. The link is located below in the video description, or copy and paste the link on this slide in your internet browser. Okay, let's get back to the presentation and see how everyone did on the pre-quiz. Pre-quiz answers. The first question was, Alzheimer's disease is the most common form of which of these? Malnutrition, dementia, fatigue, or psychosis. If you chose dementia, that is correct. The second question is, how is Alzheimer's disease diagnosed? Mental status tests, blood tests, neurological tests, all of the above. If you chose all of the above, that is correct. The third question is, physiologically, what happens to the brain as Alzheimer's disease progresses? Tissue swells, fluid collects, many cells die, brainstem atrophies. If you chose many cells die, that is correct. The fourth question is, which of these is the strongest risk factor for developing the disease? Heredity, age, exposure, or none of the above? If you chose age, that is correct. Different forms of dementia. There are 5 different forms of dementia, and I will go through each one individually. Alzheimer's is the most common form of dementia and accounts for 50 to 70% of all cases. Vascular dementia is the second most common form of dementia and accounts for 20% of cases. Dementia with Lewy bodies is the third, and it accounts for 15% of dementia cases. Parkinson's disease is the fourth, and it accounts for 5% of dementia cases. Frontotemporal dementia is the last and fifth dementia, and it accounts for 5% of dementia cases. Alzheimer's disease is a cruel and debilitating illness. It disrupts several pathways. One is memory. The second is speech. The third is movement. And the fourth, aggression and agitation. Is dementia part of normal aging? Many adults can live their entire lives without developing dementia. Normal aging may include weakness of muscles and bones, stiffening of arteries and vessels, and age-related memory changes. Memory changes look like occasionally misplacing car keys, struggling to find a word but remembering it later, forgetting the name of an acquaintance, forgetting the most recent events. Although knowledge and experience are built over years, old memories and language would stay intact. Dementia is not a specific disease, but is rather a general term for the impaired ability to remember, think, or make decisions that interferes with doing everyday activities. Though dementia mostly affects older adults, it is not a part of normal aging. Facts about Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a progressive disease beginning with mild memory loss. It involves parts of the brain that control thought, memory, and language. Alzheimer's disease affects a person's ability to carry out daily activities. Symptoms of Alzheimer's disease can first appear after age 60 and risk increases with age. Age is the best known risk factor. Family history genetics may play a role in developing Alzheimer's disease. Changes in the brain can begin years before the first symptoms appear. Researchers are studying whether education, diet, and environment play a role in developing Alzheimer's. Risk factors for Alzheimer's. Age. If you are above age 65, you are at greater risk. Poor sleep patterns also contribute to the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Having a family history, having head trauma, having high blood pressure, and smoking can all contribute to being a risk factor for Alzheimer's disease. What are the signs and symptoms of Alzheimer's? Memory loss, social withdrawal, difficulties with planning, confusion of time and place, misplacing belongings, difficulties concentrating, mood swings, and difficulty solving simple tasks are all signs and symptoms of Alzheimer's. How is dementia diagnosed and treated? A healthcare provider can perform tests on attention, memory, problem solving, and other cognitive abilities to see if there is a cause for concern. A physical exam, blood tests, and brain scans like a CT or MRI can help determine an underlying cause. Alzheimer's disease has no cure, though there are medications that can help protect the brain or manage symptoms such as anxiety or behavior changes. Living a healthy lifestyle, getting regular exercise, eating healthy, and maintaining social contacts can decrease chances of developing chronic diseases. What to do if a loved one is suspicious of having dementia? Discuss with the loved one. Talk about seeing a medical provider about the observed changes soon. Talk about the issue of driving and always carrying an ID. Medical assessment. Be with a provider that you are comfortable with. Ask about the Medicare annual wellness exam. Family meeting. Start planning and gather the documents like the healthcare directive, durable power of attorney for healthcare, and estate plan. All of these will assist in helping you plan for a family member who may be developing Alzheimer's. When trying to find resources, it is important to find resources that have accurate information. There are websites out there that do provide information, but it is not always accurate and up to date. The 3 websites that I chose are the cdc.gov, the Mayo Clinic, and Alzheimer's Association. I have found that these 3 websites have accurate information about Alzheimer's disease and other types of dementias, and it is up to date by the year. The references that I chose for this presentation are Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, What is Alzheimer's Disease? The Mayo Clinic, Alzheimer's Disease Symptoms and Causes, Ideas Infographics for Google Slides and PowerPoint from slidego.com, and FreePic, free graphic resources for everyone. Thank you for viewing this presentation. After this slide, please take a moment to take the PreQuiz. The link is located below in the video description, or copy and paste the link on this slide on your internet browser. Thank you again.